All right, everybody, we are now recording, and I want you to know that you will get a copy of today's recording later on today, and the handouts are just right where I dropped them in the chat box one last time, just because I know some new people have come in. Make sure that you go there and grab those slides and the actual handout, because after the end of the session, they will not be there. So they're only available at that link during the session time, and then they'll be emailed to you with a replay. Good to go? Everybody got it? All right, let's go in. Let's talk about increasing your sales with Google tools. My name is Maria Elena Duron. I am a Grow with Google professional trainer. I've been doing this for almost 7 years. I have been in small business for 20 plus years, 15 of that in international e-commerce. So I understand the digital marketing space very well. I cut my teeth in social media. I was able to start from the ground up in a business incubator, so I value other people's experience because that means more than other people's money. It saves you such time and energy. And I also can be found on Twitter. So you'll see that first handle there, Twitter or X, is at Maria Duron. It's Duron. Or the second one is me on Instagram at getfound.growth. If you want to tag me, I would love for you to tag me. Not only will it let everybody know you're leveling up your skills, but it will also be something that I can repost, retweet, share in my stories, which I love to do because it can get you additional visibility. And I am all about being able to get you visibility and support and help you grow your business. So this is who I am. You've already seen me come on screen. You see I'm here. I'm not a recording. But again, I've been with the Google team, and this is what I love to do, is to be able to help small businesses realize all the free tools and understand everything. 100% everything that I'm talking about today is free. So the free tools that they have access to through their free personal Gmail or free Google account, so it's not even the paid workspace account, you have access to that already, and you don't need to be paying for that. So just so that you know, you can pay somebody to manage it for you. You can pay somebody to put information there for you or to do videos or photos, but you're paying for that service. You're not paying for the ability to be seen on Google. So that's really important for you to keep in mind. So we'll talk about how you can showcase your business with a Google business profile. Now I see some people dropping some information there, which is really great. I appreciate everybody doing that. I do want to shout out and find out who's new here. Use the number 1 in the chat box and let me know who's new here. Everybody, I appreciate you sharing your businesses too and your links. That's always helpful because you never know who somebody is, who they'll become, or who they influence, right? So today we'll talk about showcasing your business, list your products on Google, set yourself up for success. And then as always, I end with a recap of free resources that you can use, and also reminding you about the Google partners who are there for you because they really are available to you to answer your questions. Welcome everybody. Oh, welcome Barbara, I see you there. All right, so for you, who are you? Are you a brick and mortar only? Are you an e-commerce, or are you both? So if you are brick and mortar, put the number 2. If you're e-commerce, put the number 3. If you're both, put the number 4. All right. Let's go. Let's see where we're at, everybody. Ooh, okay. I see some people who are 4s. I see some 2s too. A lot of brick and mortar. Perfect. All right. Farmers market. No E. Okay, no worries. That's good. 3 and pop-ups. Perfect. All right. I didn't give pop-ups a number, did I, Lauren? So thank you for adding that. Jason, professional services. Absolutely. So most of your consulting, do you do that in person or online or both? All right, brick and mortar gift shop, welcome. Perfect. In case you forgot, it is 2 for brick and mortar, and it's fine if you're putting your business name there. I love that. I just didn't want to make you type too much. So 2 for brick and mortar, 3 for e-commerce, 4 for both. You're welcome to do that. Oh, perfect. This is awesome, everybody. Wonderful. All right. All right. Thank you so much for letting me know that, everybody. Oh, I saw a 5 in there. A 4. Okay. I got it. I got it. All right. Now this is for you. If you want to share this in the chat box, by all means, you are welcome to share, but you do not have to. So I want you to really think, because this is a moment. Oops, sorry, not that one. There we go. This is a moment when you're focusing on your business instead of working in your business, because sometimes we're so busy doing so many things that we forget to really steer the ship. We're just too busy doing. So think about, what are 3 things that you really want customers to know about you? What is it that you want them to walk away with? Because when people introduce you or when they're talking about your business, what is it that's important for them to say? If they say things like, they kind of do this, but it's really not what you do, or worse yet, and this is a hint to everybody, if you're ever at a networking event, so in any event where people are introducing you to somebody else, even if it's a friend introducing to a friend, and they say, you know what, this is Jason, and Jason, I'll let Jason tell you what he does best. That is code for I have no idea what they do, so I hope they fill us both in. All right, which means that you need to do that job and connect the dots between what you do and what people need. All right, so that's on us. That heavy lifting comes our way. So we need to know exactly what it is that we provide. So I see here electrical contractor for commercial and industrial products. All right, so when you say that, that's what you do. What is it, Jose, that you want your customers to say about you when they talk about you? Because when they say electrical contractor, that's one thing. Yeah, that's definitely an explanation. But then if I follow up that with a second question going, why would I want to work with Jose? Why would he be the one to work with? How is he different from any other electrical contractor that I can do business with? Those are the things we also want to be aware of and make sure that we're managing that people actually know. Wonderful, Nessie. I'm glad that you're here too. Perfect, everybody. I love this. I see thrift shops, so many different kind of businesses here. One Chance Creations. Perfect. Thank you, everybody, for sharing. That's exactly what I'm looking for, Gorilla Appliance Repair. So we have a lot of brick and mortar here. And a lot of times people in brick and mortar think they can't do, or there's no reason to do online sales. But we know that people go online first and foremost when they want to know, go, do, or buy. In fact, 87% of us reach for this first, that mobile device. We don't even go to a desktop when we're ready to go do, or buy. So how many of you have a Google business profile? Just put a Y in there if you have a Google business profile, because a Google business profile, perfect. I see a lot of people here that do. Awesome, everybody. Props to you that you have it. And how many of you, once you've done that, how many of you are posting there regularly? So how often do you post? Just put the number of how often you post if you're posting there regularly, okay? So a Google business profile is actually how you can manage on Google search and maps your visibility. It's a chance for you to manage your online reputation. And that is 100% free with a free personal Gmail or free Google account. Again, you do not have to have the paid business account. So when you think about this, it's just a great way for you to be seen. Look at what it looks like in search. Right now, you see what it looks like on a mobile. Remember what I said, people go here first, 87% first. In fact, a lot of people don't even build a desktop website anymore. It doesn't make any sense when people go here first, right? If you have extra time, energy, and money, then build a desktop website. But a mobile website that's mobile responsive, mobile friendly, loads in 1.2 seconds or less on a mobile device is where it's at. And people know that that's what it takes to compete. So this is a chance for you to be seen here. Do you mean Google Post, or do you mean upload photos to Google Profile? I mean the posts, the offers, and the updates, and the even events. Yes, it's recording. It is recording. Yes, it's recording. I don't record on Zoom because Zoom is horrible, because I've gotten a couple of messages, people saying it's not recording. I don't ever record on Zoom because it's even at the upgraded business account that I have at 1080, the most it can get is to 720p. It can't get to 1080p. Very rarely will it get there to get that kind of clarity. So it's a lot of lagging. So I use something else to do that. Okay, so we're recording. Not to worry, everybody. All right. You're very welcome. All right, so let's go into your Google business profile. When people can find that on Google search and maps, that is very important for them to see, because now that gives validity to your business. If they can't find a business online and they search you, then you don't exist, right? 2020 changed the entire world. And if people weren't online and they couldn't find you, then they didn't consider you a real business. But people still go online, even if they want to do business with a local brick and mortar, because they want to know who's near them. They want to know who has that brand. They want to know what's in stock, okay? So they want to know all of those things. See how everything's right here, your reviews, your photos, your videos, all of that. So when you start posting and managing that, you're actually pinging the algorithm that you are a real actual active business. Now, if you just set it and forget it, that's not going to serve you very well at all, because what happens then is just Google knows that you existed at one time, but that doesn't mean that you exist now. Even in basic relationship building, we know if people don't stay in touch with people in 14 days, they consider that not a real relationship anymore. It starts falling apart. So we need that human contact. And what that means for your digital reputation is they need to see you active. So if you're active on socials, then take a look at your business profile. Are you posting as often or at least once a week on your Google business profile? I can post to my mail Google profile as a visitor update tab. Perfect. See, that's awesome. You keep active. So if you go to google.com/business, if you don't have a Google business profile, I highly encourage you to get that, because it's a chance again for you to manage your business online. And even if you're not selling online, at least you show up when somebody's looking for, let's say, they're looking for let's say a consultant. I need a business consultant and a digital consultant. If you aren't on Google Search and Maps, if you're not controlling your Google business profile, you don't show up. So you're not even considered, because people can't do business with you if they don't know you exist. And for those of you who are only brick and mortar, you can showcase your products there for no cost. They don't have to buy it online. They just know that they can come to your store to get it. So you don't even need a website unless for some reason you need and you want a website to control that property. So when you have then been verified that you are the owner of the business, because that's the first thing that happens with a Google business profile, is of course you can't make any changes, updates, put the hours of operation, or even the phone and contact info if Google can't verify that you're the actual owner. This is what you'll see when you're the owner and you're logged into the Google account that you created the profile with. You will now see all of these icons come across, okay? So all of these icons come across, and now that means you can manage it. Now you can manage that. Your business name, make sure it's reflecting what people will see, what they're familiar with, or your actual business name. And if you're still verifying everything with Google, then you'll need to make sure that it is matching your actual your utility bill, any bank account, because sometimes they'll use that for verification. Your category, you can choose only one category. And I know there's only 3,000 categories to choose from, and you've got to choose the one that's closest to you, or the one that's most like you is what a better way to say that. So the one that's most like you, go ahead and choose that one. Once you're verified, now you'll have the opportunity to add 9 subcategories. And those subcategories can help really make it stand out what makes you so unique. And you can add those, but add them slowly. So for those of you who do have profiles and you only did your one main, so the main business category for that, the primary, you still have 9 others you can use, but add them slowly, like one week, then I'd wait another, a couple weeks later and add another. And the reason I say that is because every time you add something or change something on your Google business profile and it happens too quickly, Google is concerned, and then it triggers a verification event, which means you have to go through the process again, which may be easy or not for you, but it does. While it's going through the verification process, which can take 4 to 5 days, your profile is not published on Google Search and Maps. So you lose all that great visibility, okay? So you can look at your description. Make sure you're matching in your description what people are actually looking for you for. Now, this is something really important because you've probably heard of AI, artificial intelligence, and generative search, which is search powered by AI. So all search, not just Google, Bing, all search is now powered by AI. Search generative or generative engine is what actually AI searches. So I know as business, especially if you have a website, you've been thinking about SEO, SEO, SEO. Now you got to think about GEO, generative engine. So SEO doesn't go away, but now on top of that, you need to think about GEO. And part of what can help you, especially as the superpower of we small businesses, is this description. Well, this way, this description right here, because Google AI is actually pulling from descriptions and the Q&As and reviews of Google business profiles to include those high in search when somebody is looking for your product, service, or solution. So they might have a need, but they don't know that you have a product or service that can help them. They're looking for that solution. So it's important that you know their actual words, not industry speak, not what you're guessing, not what they should use, but their actual words, which means Ask them. That's the beauty and the power of us as small businesses, because we have the immediacy to be able to reach out and go talk to our customers, where a larger business or company may need to come up with a committee to do a survey because they need to reach out across a wider span. We know who our best customers are. Talk to them and find out exactly what it was they were looking for or they needed when they found you. Take a look at your reviews. In their own words, they're letting you know what matters most to them, right? What's most important to them. And that's what to put first and foremost, not what we think. Maybe at one time we were our best customers, but no more. We've been here for a while. So they are new to this. They are looking for a solution. What is it that they're seeking? It's on us to do that heavy lifting and connect the dots for our customers, to know what it is that we have and what it is that they need, and to really understand and be experts on them and their decision journey. Okay, so if you don't have any reviews, now go out to your competitors and read their reviews. Okay, so read their reviews, because again, your competitors, they are maybe serving your best or your same customer, your potential same customer, and in their own words, they're saying exactly what they loved about that competitor. So read their reviews. And you might also see that there's a chance for you to fill in a gap that might be a great sweet spot for you, because there's a competitor not filling in that, or they don't do well on that. Again, look at location, your hours, you can command all of that there. So let's see, I see a question here. And just so that you guys know, I just want to let you know, if I don't read off your question, it is because if it's a sentence, it usually takes a minute for me to read it, which means you just see the top of my head, which is not a good learning experience. So I'll save some of those to the end. Do know that the recording will turn off before the Q&A. I'll turn it off so that you can get into some of the details and you don't have to worry about your privacy or confidentiality being recorded. But let me see, I started filling this out but got stuck. Oh, absolutely. Yes. Talk to the Google partner that invited you. And then if you need to, I'll show you how you can reach out to me. But talk to the Google partner first, because they really do have a team to help you. All right, in front of you is the screen that you can see the attributes. You can choose that, because a lot of times, remember what I said, I'm an Air Force brat. And so a lot of veterans will actually look for fellow veterans, because that's who they feel comfortable doing business with. They kind of speak the same language about PCSing, TDY, and they really understand, that they're MOQ, MCOs. Anyway, when we have the same acronyms, we are speaking that same language. And if you need to know that language for your customers, then you need to really become involved and understand the lingo of the customers used. Now you can edit your profile here. You can also change and check those attributes that you want to showcase on your profile. You don't have to showcase them. It's your choice. Now you can go back in here and start looking at when your store is open. All right, some people have 24/7 that they're open, which is great, but let me give you a little hint, okay? This is low-hanging search engine optimization fruit. If you are saying you're open 24/7 and Google bot attempts to call you in 24/7 and you don't respond, that actually lowers where you show up in Google search. But if you say you're open from 9 to 5 and there is somebody actually answering the phone, then there's a higher chance that now you will move higher, because there's more confidence from the search engine. So the basics are that Google likes to showcase information that people like to find. It's how it stayed the #1 search engine in the world. The information it provides to people when they're searching to know, go, do, or buy is correct. The reason it's correct is because it gets its information straight from business owners. If it doesn't have confidence in that information, then it doesn't show it high in search, because it's not sure if that is really correct. And that's why it's important for you to keep information correct and also link all your Google tools, because each Google tool gives confidence to the other that the information is the same. Okay, and therefore that means this could be a real business that's viable, that's still alive, here actually based in the USA. So now you can edit your profile, you can change your hours, you can have special hours, maybe you have senior hours, curbside hours, maybe you have consultation hours, walk-in hours, or you could have special holiday hours, right? And then now you can showcase what makes you unique. Using those updates that I was talking about, those posts, those updates, those offers, they're visible on Google Search and Maps until the offer ends. So if you have something special for the month of March, it'll end on March 31st, visible on Google Search and Maps. The same thing if you're having an event like this webinar, we could have put that on there and then said it would actually not be visible as the webinar started. So it would be up till time. So you can add this update. This is what it looks like. You can add photos and videos up to 15 to 30 seconds. seconds of videos, which is really nice because you can repurpose some of the videos that you're using in other socials. In fact, I was working with a really, really savvy business yesterday, and I loved what he said because he understands that YouTube is also owned by Google, and Google's the number one search engine. Number one search engine. Tried to say that too fast. Google or YouTube is number two, so number one Google, two is YouTube, and he understands that. In fact, I mean, people I know are excited about TikTok, and I understand that, but there's only a billion views a day on TikTok, where there are 50 billion views, 50 billion views on YouTube, just shorts. That's not even long form YouTube. So just shorts. So competing directly with TikTok. So he actually uses YouTube and his Google search to keep all of his information, and he repurposes them into social. So he does it the other way, which I thought was very smart because it's evergreen and not everybody's on social. So as customers search for ideas, you can see that they can look at the reviews. This is really important. Your reviews carry so much weight. Do understand, if you want to compete, I keep pressing the wrong one. If you want to compete on the national stage, you need, as a brand, so business consultants, digital marketing agencies, people who, let's say if you're a plumber service base, if you want to compete on the national forum, you need at least 60 5-star reviews. And in order for that to be included, a 5-star review to be included, it can't just be somebody leaving stars and nothing else. It needs to be at least 3 sentences, 250 characters that they wrote for that review for it to count in Google's algorithm. If you are an e-commerce store, you need 120, okay? Now, how can you connect with customers? Read the reviews. 97% of businesses do not say thank you for a good review. Look at the negative, we respond to the negative review, we don't say thank you. If you want to raise yourself head and shoulders above your competitors and do something different, say thank you for a great review, because people are taking the time to actually tell you what they're thinking, that it was important for them to really stop and share that with you. So why wouldn't we say thank you? Who wants to talk or be with a business and do business with anyone who doesn't listen to them, right? Respond to messages. What messages are is, if you enable that, then on maps, it looks like they're texting you, but they can't see your mobile phone. So they're not going to go randomly text you in the middle of the night. You can turn it on, turn it off. Let's say you're here in the webinar, you're focused on building on your business instead of in. And so somebody else could be answering it too at the same time, making sure that everybody is getting the information that they need. And you can also answer questions. Another low-hanging SEO fruit, just so that you know, Q&A is what actual AI is pulling from. So absolutely make sure you are putting the 5 to 10 most frequently asked questions in the Q&A, and you're answering those. So as the owner of the business, you can ask your own question, you can answer, you're not penalized for that. You can give yourself 1 thumbs up, that's called an uptick, a thumbs up. Now you need to find 2 others from 2 other Google accounts that give it to you. 3 upticks is another ping to the algorithm that you are a real business and viable, and therefore that answer will show up more in search results. All right, when you respond to reviews, make sure that you are absolutely as professional and polite as possible. Remember, there's a lot more of us lurking and reading those reviews, deciding whether or not we want to do business with you than the actual person. All right, and do know that when you do respond to the review, the best response that I like to teach people is that's not the experience that we want for you. I'd love to learn more without jeopardizing your privacy. Would you please contact me here? And then you can put the link to your WhatsApp, link to your contact form, your phone number, email address, where they can text you, however you want them to contact you. But 3 things happen when you do that. Is it, first of all, makes them realize that you're not a bot, you're a human, and we do speak nicer to humans than we do to bots. So it de-escalates it. It takes the fight offline, because the more that you interact with a review online, the more it actually pings the algorithm that this is popular, so it shows up higher. And then also understand that a review could be just what it is. It is a request in another format. So you could turn somebody from somebody who's upset to an advocate if that happens. All right. So now what you can see here is, if you respond to reviews, it's a chance for you to get that personal relationship, and you need to go ask for reviews. Remember what I said, 65-star reviews to 120 if you're in e-commerce. So how can you share those reviews? If you're in command of your Google business profile, this is how you can do it. Okay. You can just use that link, the bottom of email, in your social profiles, in your Instagram 4 profiles you have, all of that. All right. I see some questions here. Let me answer these questions. How do we add reviews from Yelp on other sites to our Google business page? You can't. You cannot do that. You might have seen it below because Google search goes out there and finds it. What you can add is you can add your social accounts. So you can add all of those directly. You can just put the links to those. They don't have to have the same name. You can add all of your social accounts. Even your TikTok account can be added there. But what you're seeing towards the bottom, if you see Yelp reviews, is Google's actually pulling that in, and it will pull in more as it has more confidence with the business. Okay. But you can't just add it physically because Google does verify that reviews are real. So that has to come through a Google account. All right, for your products, where can your products appear? Remember what I said about you not having to have a website? Well, there is in your Google business profile the ability to showcase your product. So you can upload your products, you can just bring pictures in, you can add names, category information, all of this, and you could put that they can buy that from your store. Again, remember, if you're just brick and mortar and you're not interested in e-commerce, but you know this is where people go, even when they're looking for an automobile, they go here first. Shopping for a house, they go here first. So if you want to show up on their radar that they know you exist, then you might put a picture there so I can say, oh, yeah, well, there's somebody else who has that rocking chair that I'm looking for. So now I can consider you. That's what you can upload here. You can put a price if you want. You could put a price range. Now, if you have a brick and mortar and you have so you have the UPC code, so you can scan it. You can use this free tool. It's 100% free. Pointy.withgoogle.com is free, and you can just scan those codes in there. And now you can show up within and have those show up within your Google profile. All right, so you can use that for free. Makes it a lot easier if you have a lot to load up, or maybe you have all of your, everything, just, photos that you want to upload. So you can do the manual upload too. It's really your choice, but you can see here when you get a copy of today's slides, then you can follow this along on how you can use that. Again, it's 100% free with a free personal Gmail or free Google account. All right, which is really nice. It makes it easy and you can learn how to use it more. That bottom left-hand corner, that URL will help you learn how to use it even quicker, right? Faster, save us more time, energy, and money as much as we can. So if you don't have a profile, that's the first part, the first tool I wanted to tell you, because a lot of people don't realize how amazing this tool is and how much it can help you, even if you don't want to have an e-commerce store. But now let's talk about some other Google tools. Uploading under photos. Yes, Nicole. And Nicole, you can actually, just so you know, you can also upload services. So you don't have to just upload products. You can put services, business consultants. That's always hard, and we don't want to put stock photo because people are pretty wary and savvy about knowing what a stock photo looks like. But imagine, let's say you had let's say you're an accountant and you had a shoebox of things or just a messy pile, and take an actual picture of it and say, and then have a before and after, that it's a nice spreadsheet or a happy business owner. So you take a picture of one of your pleased customers. That's a great way for you to showcase your services there. And it gives a good visual of what the benefit is that people will receive. All right, how you can list your products under Google also. So if you're e-commerce, e-com people, Google Merchant Center. I know a lot believe that Google Merchant Center just means that you're using Google Shopping ads, the ads that show up at the very top with photos and stars. Not true. You can use it there, but there's so much you can use there for free. I mean, oh my gosh, we know that AI is working, right? Do you know this helps you show up for Google Lens? So if I'm at an event, let's say I'm at a baby shower, and I just snap a picture of this amazing photo album that I saw, Google will do a photo search of that, and it'll show who has that in our local area, their price range, where I can buy it, maybe the different brands. But that's for free. Only though if you have Google Merchant Center. So you want to show up there. So you can show up in search and maps, and also you can show up even higher in search and Google Lens and many other places. Let me show you exactly where you'll show up when you have a Google Merchant Center account and you don't even do ads. Don't even put payment in there to do ads. You're just going to use that for free and connect that to your e-commerce store. Connects nicely with Wix, WooCommerce, Shopify, Squarespace, nice and easy. You'll see that you actually show up here in the shopping tab. That is Google's comparison shopping. So people can shop here and say, you know what, I want to buy in a smaller store. So I want to go to the different locations. That's what I'm looking for. Mom and pop, I'm all about the small business. Or I might say, I want to stay in a range of price between 250 to 600. So it'll bring that up. Maybe I want to make sure that there's installation involved. So I want only to bring up the stores and the shops or the products I can buy like this that have installation. Or it could be that I have a favorite brand, but you can see that we can now comparison shop here, which makes it super easy for us to be seen more. And people use the shopping comparison tab quite a bit. And we know, after 2020, TikTok going to the top, we know people look at video and photo. We are visual people. And so image searching is very much a thing. I use Google Lens all the time. It translates everything that I do. I see something that I'm like at a business expo. I'm at a festival just having fun with my family. I take a picture of something that I don't want to carry and lug around the festival, but I want to know who has that locally to buy that from them later. That's how I find you. And if you're not there, then I don't know you exist and I cannot even make the choice to do business with you. So think about that. I'm just one out of millions who could do that. So how Merchant Center works is you can see at that bottom left-hand corner, that's the URL that'll take you the step-by-step. And of course you can use these slides like, as I said, an outline, and you can create your account, upload your products, or connect it to your CMS. So what's a CMS? That's a content management system. That is like Shopify, Squarespace, Wix, WooCommerce, WordPress. All of those are content management systems. And now you can show your products on Google. And what's nice is sometimes people want to check out just on Google, or maybe they're looking for who has Klarna. So they want to have the pay split up so they can start looking that way. The thing to be able to use Google Merchant Center, even for the free version, is that you do have to have a website for this one. That's why I said e-commerce stores or in your local store. So you have a local store that you can connect there to, or they can buy it on Google, which is super nice. So when you add your products in there, you can add them in manually, or you can put a spreadsheet with all your products in there. That's also nice. Yes, absolutely. Frederick, you are going to get a recording. It's not going to come right away because it does take a while to render, but you'll get it this afternoon as well as the slides in the handout too. Okay? All right, so you can have and add those multiple products by a spreadsheet too. Now, here are the guidelines. Your products have to be available for direct purchase. So this is not, it doesn't work with Amazon, Etsy, eBay. Those are marketplaces and they're very what's known as closed loop. Like Amazon, you can't even see who your customers are, right? They don't let you see the customer list. So it does have to be a direct purchase, not through a marketplace. You have to have a secure checkout place. See that red circle at the very middle part there, right there to the left of the website address? That is showing that it's secure, meaning that all of my information I'm going to put there is secure. That is very much required. And then you have to have a return policy. All right. What is that return policy or refund policy? And it needs to be visible to the public. Is Shopify a direct marketplace? No, Shopify is a website. So Shopify is a CMS, content management system, and Shopify and Google Merchant Center, in fact, work very well together. So I am involved with about 30 plus different Shopify stores, and I love how quickly Shopify connects with Google Merchant Center and how easy it is to use this even without doing any ads. So yep, you absolutely can do that, Cindy. So how you can set yourself up for success is get ready. Really know where people are coming from. Look at your analytics. Now, if you don't have Google Analytics, we do a whole session about that. But Google Analytics actually does measure how people behave on your site. It gives you the opportunity to be what I told you from the beginning, an expert on your customer and understand how they buy, what they need, and how you can help them. Now you can show up here within your updates. You can show up and showing posts, even comparisons, and gives you a chance to get more visibility to more customers, not those who are just on TikTok or Instagram. So when you make your payment process super simple, that's also helpful to know. Now, know that I was working with a pet industry product, right? And the pet industry product already knew that their best customer, when they looked at their analytics, were women between the ages of 35 to 45, 47 years old. They already knew that. But they also paid attention to when they came to their website and found out that the best time that they shopped was 2:20 in the morning, laying in bed. Now, it doesn't matter how amazing the product is. If it's 2:20 in the morning and that's the time that I have to go shopping, I am not going to get up and go run get my credit card. You better have one of these here, right here, to make it easy for me, or I'm going to the next one who does, because there's no way I'm going to get up to do that, right? So think about that. Do you make it super easy for people to buy from you? Or do you gate it by saying you've got to start an account, you got to do all these things, you make it difficult? Really, when you start building trust with them, if you can do and give them things to make them feel that you are fulfilling and helping them, now you build that trust. Now they'll do things like create an account and do that. But really, if you can make it easier for them, the faster they'll buy. And we want them to just easily buy from us all day long, right? All right, I see a question here. Can you let us know if posting to my profile via desktop allows for more functionality than the phone? Yes, it does. Desktop does. Great question there. Do you help one-on-one? Absolutely. But as I said, get with your Google partners. Your Google partners, that's what they're there for, because I'm one person and there's so many of them and they really can support you. Okay. All right. Remember to think mobile first. Look there. Think mobile. Because remember what I said, 97% of us go here first. Now, know what we mean by mobile friendly and mobile responsive. If I have to pinch and zoom to read something, if I have to swipe side to side to read it, that means it's not mobile friendly and mobile responsive. And there is no amount of money in the world that you can pay to have your site optimized that you'll show up at the top of search. People are going to have to swipe quite a bit to get to you, and they won't. They won't look for you unless you owe them money. So know that you need to show up at top. And the best way to do that is to be thinking mobily, because if you don't do that, you'll be penalized by Google search and it'll show you lower in search is what happens. All right, I see a question here. A website through Square, is it considered a marketplace? Nope, that's a CMS. Squarespace is a CMS. I work with a lot of Squarespace shops too, and you can connect it with Google Merchant Center. Easy peasy. It's really good. Those content management systems like Squarespace, Wix, WooCommerce, which is the e-commerce side of WordPress, BigCommerce, Shopify, all of those are amazing. They already have it all set up there. And when you go to market or merchants and marketplaces on the left-hand side, you'll connect it with Google Merchant Center is what you'll do exactly. All right, some great questions, everybody. Let's see. Let me go to these other questions before we go to recap and resources. You keep mentioning Google partners who can help us. Yes, I will show those in a minute. It's actually on a slide and I don't want to flash in front of you, so it'll be a slide at the end. I showed it at the beginning, Deborah, but I'll also show it at the end, and it's in the slide deck. So if you haven't gotten the slide deck, let me just do this for everybody because some people came in after we got started. So let me drop that here because the slides are only available while the session is live. This minute the session ends, you will not have the slides available to you, but they'll be emailed to you with the recording. Okay, so that's the link to use that, everyone, to get there. Yep, your local SBDC is a great resource. Absolutely. I love that, Jacob. Thank you. Thank you. Let me see. Was there another question before I go on? What is the best way to search for local veteran-owned businesses? Oh, I can show you how to do that. Let's go to the Q&A. Jermaine, if you will hold that question to the Q&A, then I can show you exactly how to do that, how Google search works, okay? All right, let's go ahead and go through the recap and resources, because I want to make sure that Deborah sees the list of her local Google partners, and whoever invited you is one to reach out to. But for you, what are your next steps, right? You've just spent 45 minutes with me. It's either a expense and a waste of time, or it's something that can help you grow your business. Do not believe the myth that knowledge is power. It's not. I know a lot of people who are very, very smart and could win at Trivial Pursuit, but they don't know what it is to make money or to grow a business. Knowledge is not powerful until it is applied. So how are you going to apply it? These are the things that I went over through today. What of these things are you going to start applying? At least pick one, if not more, to make the time here an investment in helping you truly grow your business faster on Google and be able to take advantage of all the free tools you have access to already. Ah, perfect, Manette. I didn't even know that. Happy SBDC Day in Texas. I did not know that. All right, thank you for informing us. See, I love the chat box because it's the best place that I can hear you. All right, so it could be that you're going to respond to your reviews, really have a program in place so that you're asking for reviews. So you're going to start putting it at the end of your signature, email signature, on your invoice. You're going to start putting it on your social profiles. You're going to need to know if you're mobile friendly. Maybe you don't know that. Maybe you'll make the checkout process earlier because you just thought everybody had their credit card right beside them, but you need to know when your customers and how they shop, right? All right, so what's your action plan? You can share it in the chat box if you want to. Yes, absolutely. There is going to be a recording because then you can slow me down and speed me up. You can actually review it over and over again. I do want to make sure that you have that. So again, that'll be later this afternoon. If it's a little bit later towards mid-afternoon, don't freak out. Know that I will get that to you as soon as it's rendered. All right. So let's see here. I see, if you have Shopify, do I need to upload products in Google Business? Okay, that's a great question. Lauren, I am all about dominating Google search and because I know how human behavior is. When they're looking for a product, service, or solution, and they see, man, this is this business, ABC company, this is this business, this is this business. Wow, they're just excited. So Lauren, for you, I am all about getting it in Google Merchant Center if you have an e-commerce, and also getting it in Google Business Profile, because I would rather have two horses in the race for visibility than just one. If it can be all about me up there, my LinkedIn, my Facebook, my Instagram, I did a ribbon cutting at the chamber, it's my Google Business Profile, my Google Merchant Center, my YouTube channel, all of that showing up, I consider that a win, okay? Because that gets a chance to be actually seen, because we know people are inundated with messages. So what is it that they actually are going to remember? Sometimes it takes 7, 8, 9 times for them to see it. For Google marketing services, what are the advantages of Google? Well, everything I'm talking to you about right now is 100% free. 100% free. But I know a lot of people, and this is the saddest part, especially when I'm in an actual conference where I'm face to face with people, will come up to me afterwards at the stage to tell me they paid for this when it was free. And that makes me sad, because I know cash flow is king with a small business, and I'm a bootstrap marketer. It is so important for you to be able to make money at this and not have to expend. So these are free, 100% free services. So wonderful, Cindy. I see that. Update GBP, respond to reviews, do those updates. Absolutely. I see all of this is awesome. Everybody, I love, love, love that you're shouting this out and sharing what you're going to apply next, because that'll help everybody here start thinking about what is it that they have time to apply to. Because I know you're a butcher, baker, candlestick maker in your business, so it's tough to put this into, but now you can make that plan and start moving towards it, which will be better for you. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Get your profile, load your photos. Perfect. Create it. Everyone, wonderful. This will really help you. And again, I like to be found everywhere. So even as you do this, eventually what you're going to want to do is start looking at, you can do a Bing profile. You can do, start looking at other things. Get good at Google, because it is the big dog of all the search engines, and then go to the others. Now, I promised you, Deborah, these are your Google business part, or your Google partners here. So look for the one that's closest to you, right? So what are the top 3 ways to move up on your business in Google search results? Oh, let me share that real quick while you guys look at this. Actually, let me bring the slide up. I'm back here still, but let me share with you. All right, what are the top 3 ways? Understand Google's search algorithm is built on 3 pillars: relevance, distance, and prominence. Each of those pillars has about 1,000 different factors that actually go into figuring what relevance, distance, and prominence is, those 3 pillars. Relevance means that you match what people are searching. That is why I spent so much time at the very beginning talking about what you put in your descriptions, and what you're putting on your website also is something to consider, because all of those need to be able to match what people are looking for. If I am a pediatric dentist and everywhere on my site and my Google business profile it says I'm the most amazing pediatric dentist in the world, but people are searching for, how can I straighten my 11-year-old's teeth? Is it time yet? I am not showing up, because they're not relevant. We're not relevant. I say pediatric dentist on my site. They're asking, how can you straighten an 11-year-old's teeth? A whole different search term and search phrase. So know what words they're using. The second is distance. How far are you from the person that's searching? That also comes into play. Third, though, is prominence. How do you have any reviews? How often do you respond to your reviews? How often do you update your website? Do you have any videos? Have you uploaded any videos lately? Do people watch your videos all the way through, or only the first 3 seconds? All of that has everything to do there, okay? Oh, the slide deck. Yeah, absolutely. Let me repost that one more time. So that's how you get to that, is really relevance. And that's why I spent so much time talking about that at the beginning. Know those words, because that's what people overlook. That's the number one place they trip up, and they think in their own head they know the words, but they don't really know what people are focused on. They'll let you know in their reviews. And remember, look to your competitors' reviews if you don't have any reviews. These are amazing Google partners. All right, reach out to them if you have any questions at all. If you would like me to come back and talk further about Google Business Profile, more about Google Analytics, more about YouTube, anything Google, just reach out to them and let me know. Now, if you want to reach out to me, this is how you can be a part of an office hours membership I have. So it's an $11 membership a month, and this is where you can ask me questions. You come to a business, a webinar, and you're like, Maria, I want to ask you a question, and I'll do a video walkthrough answer for you. So I only do that for people in the membership, because remember what I said, I'm one person, so I've got to limit that down. But your Google business partners, remember your Google partners, they're amazing. They're there and they're free. They are 100% free. All right. Yes, you can, Marcy, have a different separate profile for each location as long as you actually have somebody there. So you have to have an address that it's verified with. So you need somebody there who can verify that. But you can have up to 100 Google business profiles under one Google account, okay? No, you don't have to at all. You can have one. There's lots of companies, small and big, that have just one. Excuse me. All right. This is how you can find me. I would love to connect with you on socials. I love to do virtual gift dances when you have applied what you've learned and you tell me, oh gosh, I've increased traffic by this much. Maria, I was able to get this much people coming in and actually seeing, and now I'm at the very top of search, or I'm showing up more and more. I put some questions and answers in there and people are finding me that way. So let me know. I love to celebrate with you, and that's how you can find me, the most places you can find me. And I'm going to actually model what I taught. And that is, anytime you've given good service, you've provided something that's a great product, then ask for a review, because 68% of people would have left you a positive review had you asked. That's what we find. Most of the time they forget. They have great intentions. They're going to ask. And now life happens. The dog needs to go out. Somebody spilled something and they forget to leave that review. Ask them for the review. And for just so you know, most people, 88%, would have given a better review than they actually gave if they had been asked. So ask. People want to be asked for this. All right. Oh, perfect, perfect. So I've got some questions here. Let me go to those just a moment. I want to leave that up there for a moment. You can also get here, you can go to google.com/grow if you want to look at different topics and ask your Google partner to have someone cover that topics. I'd love to be that someone because I'm their Google partner. All right, let's go here to Q&A, and I'm going to go ahead and stop the